Hello, everyone. All right. I think is it not picking up sound again? Oh no, looks like it is. There's just no other sound here. Okay. So, welcome back. Took about 10 minutes to get set up, like I figured. For those of you watching the VOD on YouTube, this is new. But I just finished a stream where I was building Legos. I got to build the Everyone is Awesome set. And now I am going to play Gone Home. This is a really lovely game. It's very... it's another kind of sad one. I played a lot of sad ones lately. I played What Remains of Edith Finch, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, and now I'm playing Gone Home. But this is a great one. I love this game. And I figured it'd be a great one to play for Pride. For Pride Month. So let's jump into it. Yes, more sad. And yeah, let's kick it. Let me make sure actually. Check my graphics and all that. I like having subtitles. And share overlay text. Okay. Let's do this thing.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really, seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Gone Home. June 7th, 1995, 1:15 a.m. It's storming something fierce out there now, isn't it? Caitlin Greenbrier, Portland, Flight 270, June 6th, 1995. I was a youngin'. Katie, I'm sorry I can't be there to see you, but it is impossible. Please don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want anyone to know. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried. I love you. Oh, what the hell? It's locked out now? The door is locked. Stormy. Well. Now I need to find a key. Actually, hold on. Let's turn down the mouse sensitivity because I am bouncing all over the place. That's a little better. That still feels really sharp. Normally, people hide a key to the house somewhere, right? Oh my god, it's been so long, I can't remember how to play this game. Oh, there it is. Here's $5.99 for this little Christmas duck. Oh, cool. My inventory. Boarding pass, departure from Amsterdam to Portland, transfer in Cincy. Caitlin Greenbrier. Date of birth, 12th of December, 1973. Female. Date of issue was April 8th, 1994. Alright. Invoice from Wellspring Movers, Terrace Greenbrier, 1888 Dry Creek Road, Forest Grove, Oregon. Destination, Terrace Greenbrier, 1 Arbor Hill, Boone County, Oregon. Descriptive list of shipment content. Boxes 8, kitchen. Boxes 5, master bed. Boxes 6, child bed. Boxes 10, overweight, library. Boxes 4, office, television 24-inch, television 14-inch, continued on the attached worksheets.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm at a new school, and my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real, but I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
At the new house. Author Magazine, 50 contests with up to $21,000 in prizes. Stephen King's critique of the art of feedback get published. The Secret. The Blank Page helps 20 top authors conquer it. Band-aids. You can pretty much pick up everything. Good to know the toilet works. Sam, Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Mom, Daniel is a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hung out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little. Light. Anything in the cupboards? No. Okay. Drawers. Some pens. Worldwide timetable. Katie's departure 7694. Flight 881, 12:10 to Amsterdam.
Sam. Sam. Hello. Sam. Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Sam, Katie, Mom Jan, and Dad Terry. Welcome, new student. We hope that you are excited about your first day at Goodfellow High School as we are. Please be sure to bring the following with you on your first day of classes so that we can get right into the swing of things. 1 sturdy folder with pockets for each of your 6 class periods. 1 lined notebook per period, or 1 large notebook with 6 divided sections. At least 6 pens, blue or black ink, and 6 pencils. 1 box of standard colored pencils, a standard combination lock for your assigned locker, a nutritious lunch, or $2.50 for a lunch provided by the school cafeteria, and a positive attitude. Please remember to get ready, plenty of sleep the night before, and be ready for the first bell to ring at 8 a.m. See you soon, and again, welcome. Beth Valance, Principal.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House girl. Great.
Heavens to Betsy. What was that called? Hey, it's one of the postcards I sent. Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. I'm in Paris. I've done many Parisian things, including eating Le Petit Déjeuner. I think I said that right. And wearing a beret. I'm going to have lots of film to develop when I get back. Sam, I'm bringing you back something from the Shakespeare Book Company, since you are my favorite sister. Love you all, Katie. It is my job to rummage through everything in this house. Oscar Mason of Boone County died peacefully last month in his home. Mr. Masson was born on September 8th, 1933 in the house that would be his home for the rest of his life. He gained his degree in pharmacy at a young age and returned to Boone County. He quickly became a well-loved figure at the center of the community. In the decades preceding his passing, he was seldom seen outside his home. A service will be held this Sunday at the First Methodist Church at 1 p.m. All are welcome. His survivors include his nephew, Terrence Greenbrier, as well as, in spirit, the people of Boone County, to whom he provided wellness and comfort. Pack of cards. Pioneer CLD D703 combination laser disc and compact disc player. Anyone remember what happened to the laser disc? MSRP? Way too much. CUCLD 098 removed with bar light, double-sided play, headphone out, display on off, jog shuttle dial, yada yada yada. They say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but sureness of purpose and dedication to the craft. If you happen to be in the market for a combination LD-CD player, you'll be glad to know that Pioneer seems to share this particular back to basics. Sent back in time to Dallas 1963 again. What if JFK wasn't JFK? A bunch of different writing ideas. John Russell opened his eyes and saw them, the stars, twinkling as if he were laying on the grass in his family's yard in Massachusetts, even though that place was a million miles away. No, he blinked the sleep from his eyes, looking through the carbon-reinforced safety glass of the space station Archimedes. Yes, he was a long way from home, but the future needed him. John Russell's head swam. He felt incredibly drunk, despite not having touched a drop in hours. He vomited onto his feet, his bare feet. He stared for a moment, processing his sick-flecked toenails, scanning up his bare shins, bare knees. He was completely naked. He looked up and met the eyes of a gorgeous blonde woman wearing a tight polymer fabric tunic. The tunic that strained at the seams to contain her generous bosom was emblazoned with the phrase, "Matter Transference Operator." Then he passed out. So, smutty sci-fi writer. I think I've read more books. I think I've read books like this, actually. John Russell had crossed the gap in time. Only messages had passed before Biafra. But now, they needed him, now more than ever. Changing the past was no longer good enough. The instructions from the council had been clear. What to procure, what to construct from it. This guy needs a, an editor. How to assemble it, so he made the machine. How to transport him bodily across time. Now he stood there on the bridge of the starship Archimedes, commanded the vessel, I'm guessing, because only he who had saved the president's life twice before could helm the naive crew to their destiny, the fate of the galaxy. The killing of JFK, a theory. You've seen the movie. Discover the truth. Superb work of speculation, plotted with amazing skill and showing a level of magnetic artistry not usually present in such academic pieces. A thrilling theory. I couldn't put this book down. Alright, we got an inspection form from Crestwell Insurance Agency. The wiring in the house is technically up to all safety and amperage requirements. However, multiple layers of wiring have been added in the structure over the last 100 years. System is frequently unpredictable. Lights blink out for no clear reason. Pressure on floorboards and door frames disrupts circuits wired directly behind the surface. Properly reworking the electrical system would be highly destructive to the walls, floors, and fixtures of the structure. After discussion with Mr. Greenbrier, since there are no current safety concerns, these SGs will not be addressed. 9294. I mean, yeah, how could you, like, damage such a gorgeous house? Oh, it's such a nice library. I'm gonna turn the sensitivity back up a bit. Now I've gotten back in the swing of things. Get it? Because, like, I was swinging the mouse around a lot. Anyway, just ignore me. The accidental pariah. A message from our future saved the president's life once, but within the next 24 hours there will be another attempt, and the lines of communication are down. A James Bond for today's audience. Casey DeWitt. Compelling, a thriller worth its salt. David Goodman. Fresh, true stories. I was a teenage drag queen. Tell us about the worst moments. 90210. Does anyone still care? The male gaze. How to subvert. Sarah Holst, not gathering moss. I remember 90210. That was a long time ago. A stranger under my roof. The teen years are fraught with change of all types, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. But these changes don't just affect your teens. Your teen's turbulent years are a challenge for parents as well. Maybe the biggest challenge you've yet faced since having children. This book holds insight into your teen's behavior, from the very beginning as he or she first enters adolescence, up through the end of the teen years as he or she enters young adulthood. The practical strategies here are based upon well-tested principles of pediatric psychology presented by Dr. Eliza Medina, herself a mother of 2 teenagers. Prepare to gain new tools for establishing a productive, healthy, and loving dialogue with the stranger under your roof. To Terrence, David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been submitting the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut back to it. Even then, it's becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and non sequiturs from the usable copy without heavy rewrites. The readers of Home Theater Aficionado want to hear about the quality and value of the hardware, not ruminations on your childhood. David's known you for a long time, and he's the boss, so I'm giving you one more shot on this on his say-so. You should write him a nice thank you note for his patience and generosity. Look through your old stuff and start submitting reviews like that again. Then everybody will be happy. 4451. Dr. Masson, please find and enclose your original document and a typed copy of your records. An notarized copy has been filed at our office. Thank you for entrusting our firm with this important matter. I, Oscar Masson, possessing full competence of mind and memory, and after full survey of valued items to my name, do hereby declare this my last will and testament. The following shall hold true upon my passing. I declare that I am a lifelong resident of Boone County, that I am unmarried and have no children. I declare that I have no outstanding debts to my name, to any creditors living or dead. I do hereby bequeath every item of value of which I may die possessed, including the dwelling and surrounding acres located at 1 Arbor Hill, as well as any and all personal property and money accounts, to Terrence L. Greenbrier, Jr. of Ellis County. In the event that said Terrence L. Greenbrier, Jr. should predecease me, then, in such an event, the bequests to him shall fall, and the same is bequeathed to his children in order, as ordered by age and competence as stewards of my estate. I subscribe my name to this will on the 13th day of August, 1973, at the offices of the Boone County Court Registrar. An earlier document. Basically an earlier version. So, lots of scratching in the walls. Sounds like they've got a rodent problem. Hey, are you the new girl, Sam? I'm Tommy in the back behind you. Wave if you get this and write back. Hi, Tommy. Yes, I'm Samantha, and yes, I'm new. What's up? Just thought since you're new, you could use a friend. I don't have a lot of friends either, and so I thought I'd ask something if you don't mind, do you? No, I don't mind. What do you want to ask? Was it just your uncle who went psycho, or does it run in the family?
Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
Sam thought this might help. Making friends when you're shy. Feeling
This is
lonely?
a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain.
It's a piece of cake to make
affecting the
friends.
following
Never
counties.
worry again about having friends or spend time with them. This book will teach you to make friends even when you're shy.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk. But sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform. And she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
VHS tapes, but no VCR. X-Files, Season 1, Episodes 18 to 21. Good season. I love the X-Files. I grew up on it. Hauntings and Poltergeists, Leonard O'Rourke. Find out the truth behind stories that were familiar even to our pagan ancestors. Discover how to tell a hoax from a genuine haunting. How to categorize and understand strange phenomena you may encounter. Learn about the unhappy spirits that share the earth with us, and what they can teach us about our connection with the natural world. Dr. Jitters. Time Machine, Clue, Fantastic Voyage, Top Gun. Blade Runner, Director's Cut. More X-Files. Andromeda Strain. The Accidental Savior. November 21st, 1963. John Russell knows that the president's life hangs in the balance, but who would believe him? Not just another James Bond. A high-class political thriller. Terry, hey man, how you been? I know you're a published author and everything now, but my editor at Hi-Fi Aficionado has too much review work to go around, and he's looking for another freelancer. Naturally, I thought of you. You were just saying in your last letter how much of a pain it's been trying to find a publisher for your latest work of literature, and writing stereo reviews is dead simple. Sit at home with a glass of scotch, listen to some records, and write up how it sounds, and then get paid. I've included some issues of the magazine to use as samples. If you're interested, send some writing samples to my editor and tell him your old college chum Mike sent you. Here's the address. Do it, Mike. Alright, so I'm getting a little bit of a hint that Dad's a bit of a one-time successful author. Girl Scout role model. Hi Terry, please enclose, please find the Pioneer CLDD703 unit with the remote and cables. We need a half-page review for the October issues, so this gives you about 2 weeks to get us the copy for edit. Standard stuff like you gave us on the CLDD 502. The combi player, so check its CD playback with a few discs as well. Laserdisc, and they want us to definitely hit the signal to noise ratio and toslink stuff for high-end buyers. Alright, so... Sam's friend, maybe? United States Department of Agriculture. Bunch of coupons. I love all the records.
Somehow I always knew that someday we'd be through. Now that it's happened, I just can't believe it's true. I've done the best I could to keep from feeling.
Like the song. Let's see. I'd like to inform you that unfortunately, Mercury Books will be unable to publish the follow-up to The Accidental Pariah. Despite the low sales of The Accidental Pariah, we went ahead with the publication of the second book in hopes of the John Russell series catching on. However, sales of the second book have in fact been lower than the sales of the first, and so our stewardship of the series must end here. It has been a pleasure working as your publisher, and we wish you and John Russell the best in your future endeavors. World history book. I think I had this exact book at one point. Reproductive system worksheet 6. Oh, fun. Below are 2 stories. The events all out of order. Get a sheet lined paper. Choose one of the 2 stories and rewrite it, beginning with your with the title and your name. Find a topic sentence to begin your paragraph. Put the sentences in chronological order. Make sure the last sentence is a good conjuncting statement. A. The menstrual cycle. It travels through the fallopian tube. The ovary releases the ovum about 2 weeks later. Since the lining of the uterus is not needed for a pregnancy, it comes out of the vagina. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. If the egg doesn't meet a sperm, it dissolves while the ovum is developing. The lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins again. The ovum starts to develop. Oh boy. The menstrual cycle, a novella. The early morning of September 1st, 1939, Essa Glatz stares out the window of the train as it travels from Vienna back to her home village of Wayland in Poland. As the train rumbles along and the sun rises over the countryside, she can only think of her dear Borislav, the boy she is engaged to wed. Meanwhile, deep within her guts, an ovum starts to develop. As this train approaches its destination, her heart races. The lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. Sounds like creative writing runs in the family. As Essa stops off the train, her eyes dart quickly across the gathered crowd. Then there, her dear Boris, still in his baker's smock. He must have dropped his early morning duties at his father's shop to come meet her. Her heart skips a beat. The ovary releases the ovum. It travels through the fallopian tube. Over the wheezing of steam engines, a deep hum grows. It's coming from the sky. Dark shadows pass over the station. A whistling sound. Essa, her thoughts only a second faster than the bombs, reaches out towards her dear Boris across the crowd. Their eyes lock and the moment freezes. The flash and smoke envelops them almost instantly. And in the assault by German forces, almost 75% of the people in her hometown are killed. The rest, including Essa and, for a time, Borislav, huddled in a half-destroyed church. He is blind, his legs are missing, bandaged, and with torn bed sheets. Essa's egg will not be meeting a sperm. It dissolves. About 2 weeks later, Boris loses his grip on life. Essa has given up her rations to keep Boris alive, but in the end nothing can save him. Since the lining of the uterus is not needed for a pregnancy, it comes out through the vagina. Essa vows to survive. She sets off to join the Polish resistance as a daring spy and saboteur. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. See me. Well, I mean, they told her to write a story. You know? Or 2 stories. So, I mean, I feel like they're being a little, the Dave Brubeck quartet. It looks like Buddy Holly. I have a cadence. Hello, dear. Oh, yes. Lay down, babies. Lay down. Oh, yes. Sorry, I have to pet my cat. She's needing attention. She's needing attentions. Lay down. Katie, please tell Mom and Dad sorry about the stuff that's missing. Sam. Hi, Lonnie. So, if you want to come over to my house still this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive. It's kind of far, but I can drive you home too, so hopefully that's fine. Right back and leave this in my locker if you still want to, and we can hang out in the parking lot after 6. Samantha. Yeah, I'm totally in. See you there. Then I'm gonna kick your butt. Get ready. Drawing.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Katie, please, whatever you found, don't tell Mom and Dad. You got it. The heaven at the edge of the world. Samantha Greenbrier, Grade 2, The Turtle People, Part 1. Captain Allegra looked off at the ocean. It went on forever, or so it seemed. Someday she could find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. Boom! It was the black pirate ship. She yelled, "I thought we lost them at Horse Island." The first mate said, "Looks like you thought too soon." The black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out on the deck of the black ship. He yelled to Captain Allegra, "You're never gonna find the edge. There ain't no paradise, and your father were a liar." Captain Allegra yelled back, "Then why do you keep following us, you imbecile?" The first mate yelled out, "We'll stop you, Captain Black. We'll find the edge of the world, and you'll see her father was no liar." The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. "Now west," she said, and the ship sailed towards the sunset. So I think, if I'm correct, there was a room up here on the left, in this room. I didn't check. Closet. Oh, give me one moment. My cat wants out. And I'm back. I apologize for that. My cat is a fickle beast. Alright. The accidental savior. Samantha, please give this to your mother. Janice, thank you for having Danny over to your new home. He has missed having us friend Samantha in the neighborhood very much. Danny asked if he could lend Samantha his Nintendo Street Fighter tape, and I gave my permission. He needs to spend less time with those games anyway. No hurry returning it. Let Samantha know she is welcome back to our house anytime. Sincerely, Mary Schutz.
When you live in one place your whole life, your next door neighbor is kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years. So moving away has been a good excuse to, like, not see him anymore. But he did always have the good Nintendo games. Maybe I'll give him a call.
Alright, so kind of learning a little bit more about Sam here. Directions to work from new house. Left on Grabtree, right on Bullhorn, exit onto 47 North, right onto 202 East, entrance on right past Wage Road. Travel time 1 hour 10 minutes. Ugh. Oh, thank you. I hate commuting in LA. It's a sugar skull. Old track trophy. April 22nd, 1991. Well, guess we go upstairs then, huh? Oh wait, there's a door over here. Tacoma County Forestry Service, Janice Greenbrier, Senior Conservationist. Have a doggone cool 17th birthday. Happy birthday, Sam, Uncle Harvey. Controlled burn scheduled for Boone County. Plumes of smoke will rise above the northeastern region of Boone County over the better part of next week as part of a Forestry Service-run controlled burn of the overgrown sections of Flintlock National Forest. Forestry crews have been preparing the area for months. The burn operations will take place between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly into Thursday, depending on the speed of progress, according to the Forestry Service. In addition to removing dead and overgrown vegetation that can lead to wildfires in the drier months, the operation will serve as a valuable training tool for the forestry and firefighting personnel involved, said Senior Conservationist Janice Greenbrier. Weekly planner, couples bowling, cooking class, take apron, ballroom dancing, bowling, cooking class, ballroom dancing. Cook big meal for Terry and Sam. as a temporary personnel transfer. To aid in the upcoming prescribed burn operation, a ranger with expertise in the procedure is being transferred to the station at Flintlock National Forest, effective 9/2/94. Please see attached personnel file. Gamer time! Overseeing officer at Flintlock Forestry Service Station, Senior Conservationist Jas Greenbrier is charged with the supervision of transferred personnel. The duration of transfer will be based upon performance evaluation as well as the recommendation of the overseeing officer. Both things stab. Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb's a great one. PRDCT. Spomcidal. Fuck your fans. Polaroid Baby. Panic. Bitch. Classics.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
To whom it may concern, I, Samantha Greenbrier, am 17 years old and am therefore an independent, fully functioning human being. The fact that you still forbid me from going into the city on my own is frankly absurd. Compare with Katie, who is only 3 years older than me, and yet you allow her to go all the way across the ocean to another continent on her own. I just want to spend an evening in a normal, totally safe city on my own like a human being, and since you may also remember that I have my own car, you can't really stop me. Warmest regards, your daughter, Samantha. Daniel called again. He wants his Nintendo game back. Daniel called. Sam, stop leaving every damn light in the house on. You're as bad as your sister. Chun-Li moves. Fireball. Left hold, right punch. Plus punch. They hold. Okay. Lightning kick. Kick. Helicopter kick. Kick. You hop. Hold down, up, kick. Air stomp down. MK while jumping. Medium kick while jumping. Adventurous the cat returns. Super Spitfire. Journey of Crystal. Hi Lonnie, I wrote this in my first period, and left it in your locker on the way to second. It's what all the cool kids are doing. I've decided. Write me back. Also, here's an idea for something to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids are doing is actually sending each other pages on their beeper. But we're cooler than them because guess what? They can't put this on a beeper. Cats on a motorcycle. Your drawing of the cats was so good that I added a background to make it even better. Maybe I should just stick to writing though. Haha, I like it. How about you? How did you know they were about to get abducted by aliens? I'm looking at Mr. Fish right now. Feel like he probably would have a lot of cats. Also, like, his secret shame is that he watches 90210 religiously. I'm going to ask him about the cats after class. He said he has 2 cats, and also that he's never watched 90210, but I could see it in his eyes. He was lying. Samantha, I think the creative writing track would be perfect for you, Mr. Blaylock. Miss Blaylock. Mrs. Mrs.? I think it's Mrs. Reed College is one of the nation's most lauded private liberal arts and science universities. It is proud to announce its 14th annual summer program for young scholars. The program invites students of grades 10 and 11 to attend lectures, workshops, and discussions covering a wide variety of intellectual pursuits by focusing on small group discussions and close faculty-student interactions. The program encourages young minds to thoroughly explore areas of growth and enrichment as they approach the threshold of higher education. Beyond the benefits of the writing of the program itself, 3 students from each track will be offered a full scholarship for their first year at Reed, if they decide to attend the university full-time as undergraduates and are accepted by Reed's admission board. Educators at student schools have been provided with documentation outlining the specific requirements for each track and processes for submitting portfolios and applications. Students accepted into the program will be notified at the beginning of the calendar year 1995. I got a theater program. I was surprised. Elias, the Pacific Institute of Art exhibition. The Brother 150, of course it's a Fetus, new for 1965. This is the one me and my dad are building. Want to go for a ride when it's done? The new here's the exciting new Brother 150, a bike with speed, style, and impressive get up and go. The Brother 150's reliable 4-stroke engine produces speeds that will surprise you. A 2.5-gallon tank provides the ability to ride for longer distances. Phaedrus. Patty Smith, Biohazard, Dinosaur Jr., Lemonheads, Ice Cube, Groove, Exclusive AIDS in Africa, Soul Asylum Live, Eddie Vedder, Weezer, Veruca Salt Wants It Now, Max and Maritime Wanted for the Murder of Straight Edge. It's sticky. Kurt Cobain. Alright, he died in 94. Rage Against the Machine. Ah, iconic. I love the X-Files. Man, Sam had this in like 4th grade. Bible. I got your number. Captain Allegra, still in her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended the single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate, on their own now, grew closer to the goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line to the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moths that inhabit the island, trailed behind, leading their way into the back to the entrance. From further into the labyrinth, a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer, the king's cursed voice. The hairs on Captain Allegra? I keep saying Allegra because, like, my brain processes that. Allegra's arm stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. First mate nodded silently ahead. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below. Skeletal in rotted robes, the king was hunched over a blue orb, topping his royal scepter. As he sang, wailing souls flowed in one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to glow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from rock led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Elgra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention, and then you." But the first mate interrupted. "No, I am smaller and quicker, and you know of these dealings with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him on a merry chase." She held up the silk line, all traced by this invisible thread, of course. Allegra said, "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." The first mate shook her head. "We know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Elgar waited, staring vigilantly across the top of the stairs to where the first mate was to appear. The king continues his, "Wait, no, the singing stopped." The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Elgar wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop, then turned and ran, the king chasing after with distressing speed. From some dank passage much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. The line in Allegra's hand went taut, then shuddered. It fell flat to the stone floor. Allegra ran, following the line, and came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, its end frailed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran.
We're so cool, yeah. Yeah, we're so cool. We're so cool, yeah. Fuck you too, cool schmuck. I don't wanna sit around and talk about the weather. We're just a good old day. I don't wanna wonder if you're gonna say hello. I don't wanna wonder if you're gonna walk away. I don't wanna hear how many friends you have. I don't have any anymore.
I remember those early years of 90s punk rock. Hey Sam, do you want to see Pulp Fiction after school at the Coliseum? It came out last weekend and Todd won't shut up about it, so it's either good or we can make fun of him for liking it. My mom's supposed to cook dinner for us tonight for a change, but I can ditch out on it, probably. What time? Also, isn't that movie supposed to be really violent? Am I gonna barf? According to Todd, it's pretty hardcore. I guess Uma Thurman gets stabbed in the heart with a heroin needle, so that's kind of hilarious. Also, something about cheeseburgers is important. I think Todd is going to come, so we can see it again if that's okay. 7:15 okay? Don't barf. Alright, see you then.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, "I need to fix these roots. Think you could help?" Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. That's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked in the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited. And the moment was gone.
Earth, Wind and Fire, Willie Nelson, America, Jackson Brown, Pointer Sisters, Don Henley, Linda Ronstadt. Ah, man. Classics. Dear Mom, Dad, and Sam, I am in the Chanel. This is my second passage through the Chanel. I'm on my way back from London, this time going to Brussels in Belgium. Sorry I didn't write you on the way to London, but I was too excited about the Chanel. London was great, Dad. I know you've always wanted to visit, and I really think you should. You'd love it. If you all wanted to come back here as a family sometime, I guess I could be convinced. Love you all, Katie. Pleasant. Looks like the parents still get up to some stuff. Aw, Mitten. Walt Whitman, Eaves of Grass. Collection of poems was first released in this form in 1892, but not before it was banned on the grounds of obscenity. He died only 2 months after its release on March 26, 1892. Seeing, hearing, feeling are miracles, and each part and tag of me is a miracle. Dear Jan, let me tell you, I understand how you feel. Bob and I had our down periods. It's become a bit of a way of life, actually. You get used to each other. You live on your own lives in the same house. The kids grow up, they go away. Sorry, this isn't helping, is it? Don't worry, Terry will get over whatever's distracting him. Things will go back to normal, and as for Sam being distant, that's a teenager for you. Nothing to worry about. In the meantime, though, this controlled burn sounds like quite the adventure, but let's cut to the chase. This new ranger they sent now, that's what I want to hear about. Ranger Rick? You've got to be kidding me. It's too perfect. You have to tell me everything. And send pictures. I want the whole package. Wait, that sounded wrong. Keep your chin up until Terry is out of the slump, and in the meantime, write more letters to your old friend Carol. She adores them. Anything else in here? Oh, business card. Unknown dimension literature. Communication must become total and conscious before we can stop it. Oh look, a ghost game. Escape from Ghost Mansion. Avoid the ghosts at Ghost Mansion and make your escape with the with your wits intact. Watercolor technique for florals and still life. I could use this book. Are you a watercolorist looking to improve your skills? So would Bradford Gregory once. Since he began painting with watercolors at the age of 40, he has gone on to win countless awards in national and international exhibitions. Now, with watercolor techniques for florals and still lifes, he shares his years of watercolor experience with you. The book doesn't contain lists of rules, but principles and concepts that will lead you down the path of fulfilling your personal potential as an artist. After the honeymoon, rediscovering your spouse personally, spiritually, sexually. Reverend Alexander Michaels. It may seem inevitable that the spark you and your spouse shared on your honeymoon should fade over time, but it doesn't have to be. Reverend Alexander Michaels will show you how to rekindle the fire you once had. Part 1 provides simple steps to reopen the lines of communication between you and your spouse, allowing you to face the problems you share as partners instead of rivals. Part 2 leverages the Reverend's decades of service to God, helping you connect with a higher power. You'll draw strength from spirituality you may not even know you have. Part 3 offers a number of fresh and exciting ideas for the bedroom, including a few things that may surprise you. The reserves of passion for your spouse run deep. You just have to know where to look. Reverend Michaels will show you the way. It sounds like passion's gone. Katie, Mom and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay in over the summer, but you came home on such short notice they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. Ghost Hunter Journal. August 31st, 1994, 1:19 a.m. A tall shadow in the upstairs hall. When I rounded the corner, no one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? Note, I was not wearing my glasses. September 3rd, 1994, 12:44 a.m. A faint voice coming from the bottom of the stairs. I said hello. Did not investigate. Probably was the furnace. September 9th, 1994, 4:11 p.m. Poured milk from cartons in fridge. It was spoiled. Pretty sure I read that spirits can sour milk. Milk was just bought yesterday. Also ghost milk. October 9th, 1994, 11:24 p.m. Lonnie says she feels a presence in the TV room. I suddenly began to feel cold. We build a protective pillow fort. October 22nd, 1994, 11 p.m. to 12 a.m., Lonnie and I employ Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar definitely here. October 29th, 1994, 10 p.m. to October 28th, to October 29th, 4 a.m. Enlisted Lonnie to stay up all night and help patrol premises, recording any signs of otherworldly presence. Lonnie reported any sightings, but all remained unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm in attic, probably due to leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 a.m. All in all, a successful night. Halloween shows. The Misfits, they're awesome. Don't forget your costume. Sticky Lounge, 10:29, 9 p.m. West Franklin downtown. See you there. L.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Like the outfit. Richard Petromark, Supervisor Janice Greenbrier. Ranger Petromark has been indispensable during the course of the prescribed burn preparation and execution. I believe his expertise and dedication have been the deciding factor in the success of a very complex and challenging conservation effort. In the opinion of the Flintlock Fork staff, Rick's contributions to daily operations have become essential to the outfit's continuing success. To this end, I will be formally submitting paper requesting its permanent reassignment to this facility. And the mom has hots for Ranger Rick. Healthy choices, skills for a healthful life. Lonnie, holy crap, I was in the library and I noticed something in the corner and found a secret passage and it had Oscar's creepy old stuff in it. Oh my god, I have to see this. We're skipping 6th. Okay, interesting. Betsy. Alright, okay. Interesting. Ghost Hunter, Sam and Lonnie's secret house investigation log. Hidden compartments found, 3. Library, upstairs hall, foyer. Evidence of the supernatural discovered, 0. Okay. Cool. I would love secret panels in a house someday. Okay, I'm missing some keys. I know that. Bathroom. Okay, so combination. Sam's locker. Hello? Who are you? Hello. Who are you? Oscar. What do you want to come back? Okay. And then downstairs there's 2 panels. Oh. For God so loved the world, he gave his only son. Let's see. Oh, secret panel. Over here. Oh, the Misfits. Special guest, Maidenhead. October 29th.
At Todd's brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so Lonnie and I shared it. The lights went out. I was turned toward her. My eyes started to adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me, too. In the dark, she smiled. My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. I felt so, I don't know, nervous? After a minute, she put her arm around me and was so close and whispered in my ear, "I really like you." I just nodded my head, and I really hope she could tell. I really hope that she meant what I think she did. I felt like a shook-up can of soda ever since. I hope we have the chance to talk before I explode.
Adjusting to the dark. Alright, there's one more panel outside in the hallway. Should be right over here. Heaven at the Edge of the World. Private, do not read. Part 2, Green Glacier. Allegra and her scouting party peered down warily through the dense canopy of rustling leaves and their perch high in the forest branches. Mere feet away, sunshine shone brightly off the inner ice walls of the glacial basin in which the forest grew. It was a strange sight indeed, such lushness juxtaposed with the frigid ice formations. Allegra leapt forward without hesitation, bounding through the high branches. The first mate had been captured by the Green Glacier's Amazonian tribe. His life hung in the balance. "We have to hurry," her party followed behind, moving quietly as the breeze through the greenery. Allegra landed in the clearing and shouted, "Stop!" She saw the Queen Amazonian up on her pedestal, reaching for the lever that would drop her first mate into a vat below. She shouted "No!" and flung her saber at the Amazonian's reaching hand, but it was too late. The first mate screamed as he fell towards the water, then splashed down, and all was eerily silent. Allegra looked on, frozen in fear and remorse. She had been a moment too late. But then, from the vat, something began to emerge. A head of dark brown hair, just like the first mate's, and the shoulders and sleeves of his coat soaking wet. But as the figure stood and water poured down, Allegra saw the first mate had changed. It was no longer a man at all. In fact, what looked back at her were the eyes, the face, the hair and hands and body of a woman, still in the first mate's clothes. Still the first mate. She spoke in a clear, soft voice. "Captain." The Amazonian queen said, "She is one of us now. She is ours." Allegra drew her magical flintlock pistols from her belt, and the crew readied her swords. Allegra stared into the queen's eyes and said, "That's the love of my life, and you can't have her." To open, turn right 3 times, stop at the first number. Turn left. 1 full turn, pressing. Okay. So let's go open the lock upstairs. Ah, lesbians. I love it. And trans. First mate's trans. Like me. Let's walk along. Alright, so turn right 3 times, stop at the first number, so all the way around to 0 3 times. Then left 1 full turn to 50. And then right to 1. Okay. Oh, I don't have to worry about that. Cool. Thank God. Lord knows I wouldn't have been able to remember it.
Lonnie came over today. Everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
Pack of Morleys. Like the cigarette smoking man in X-Files. Gosh, Sam. Gentlemen, the magazine for men. The great UFO cover-up special Shannon Doherty. Exclusive interview of mogul David Geffen. And finally, Gillian Anderson. Lonnie, 1994. There's another note. Grading for an assignment. Metalworking. Oh, okay. That's the nameplate downstairs on the portrait. That's the Ouija board. For a second there, I thought someone was standing at the window. I must be going crazy. Yeah. Yeah, this portrait right here. This is taking longer to play than for the first time I played it. Maybe I'm just slower because I'm like reading every single thing out loud and everything. Voila. Alright, what do we got down here? Sam and Lonnie.
It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around... Well, you know. So you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone, or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
Samantha was accepted into the creative writing track at Reed College Summer Program for Young Scholars 1995. Based on your portfolio and academic record, we are pleased to offer you financial aid to cover 75% of the summer program's tuition and fees. It's really nice.
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
Richard Greenbrier, PhD, Professor Laureate of English University of Oregon, 1956. Dear Terrence, thank you for sending along a copy of your newly published book. An author's first published manuscript is a momentous occasion. I read it this afternoon. I certainly recognize my son in the subject matter. An author's work is an externalization of which he holds dear, and that which he fears, and in respect I believe their work is successful. But the lens through which the personal shone was needlessly clouded by genre cliches and an implausible dime store science fiction deus ex machina. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal that this is publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up copies hungrily. But I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. Ouch. That's like cold. Oh, Mom's citizenship stuff. From Canada. Canadian, eh? Take a look at that in a second. That's fun to see. Girl Scout band, formerly known as Cub Scout.
Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now. And I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
X-ray specs. It's like a drug. The first time I was in my room in the middle of the night, I woke up and Lonnie was kissing me. The clock said 3:13. Her face was spectral in its dim red light. I mean, nope. Okay. Yolanda de Soto, care of Hector and Maria de Soto. Samantha Greenbrier. Dear Sam, I'm so happy you like the drawing. I was thinking of us when I drew it. I knew you'd be able to tell. You'd love Mexico. I think probably. The nature here is totally different than back home. I keep thinking about Allegra and the first mate lost on a mysterious island where even the plants are out to get them. And I think of them together, out there in the wilderness, and I start thinking of you again. I lie here in bed and can almost feel you. I've been trying to save it up for when we're back together again. I haven't done a good job, okay? But I tried. Okay, enough about that. Your last letter got to me the day before we start driving back north. We'll be racing this letter home. If I get home first, we can read it together, and yes, I'm taking tons of photos. We'll have to spend so much time together in the dark room. Ta-da, Lonnie. Safe. I don't have a combination for. Oh, cassette. Let that play. Let's check this passageway back here. That's a lie to mom and dad situation, but it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real. Psycho House Girl. The coolest stuff about being the Psycho House Girl. Cool thing one, everyone in the hall thinking you don't know what they're looking at you and whispering as you walk past because I guess they haven't heard of Peripheral. Costumes, skeletons, the devils, cheerleaders. And the Smell Like Teen Spirit video. One girl dressed as Jackie Kennedy. Women outlaws. This will show you who runs things around this joint. She's tougher and a wild Mustang. No female's gonna tell me yay. Cool, so I found another secret passage. Alright. To Samantha Briar. Miss Greenbrier, I appreciate the time and effort you put into writing your letter. It showed initiative and very well written, but it does not change my mind on the matter. While I understand that Miss DeSoto is a friend of yours, the fact of the matter is that she defaced school property with profanity. The fact that she allegedly defaced her own locker in retaliation for another student doing the same to yours is immaterial. As to your complaint that no other student has been punished in their part in this incident, the fact that no guilty party has come forward, and that there's been no convincing evidence as to who might have defaced your locker. In other words, there is no one to punish. I would suggest letting this issue drop, as it will only bring more unwanted attention on yourself, which I believe is what you claimed began this whole incident in the first place. Sheldon Grossman.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation. Following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
Kicking against the anarchy. In Espanol. Pick up Spanish. Dear Head Conservationist Greenbrier, due to your exemplary management of the Flintlock prescribed burn operation last year and the service's need for experienced personnel to direct regional operations, we would like to offer you the position of Regional Conservation Management Director, responsible for operations throughout Northwest Oregon. Your post would no longer be the Flintlock National Forest. Instead, you would work in the Regional Management Office located at 128 Bullhorn Road. Your assistance would be sought in selecting a ranger to fill your former post. Please respond as soon as possible regarding your decision. We very much look forward to your reply. Hey Lonnie, sorry my mom was such a bitch last night. She's hardly ever around since her forest is like an hour away, and then when she is home she takes it out on you, like because you're not a member of the family. She knows you won't call her on it, and I'm sorry. It's okay. I know she's just jealous of our cool and freewheeling lifestyle. I feel sorry for you. I'm lucky. My mom lives in Florida. You have to have a mom every day. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up the mom thing like that. I know, I shouldn't complain. No, I'm being totally serious. My mom is a psycho-Christian and her new husband, Don, is a complete tool. Living in Florida with him is her eternal punishment in my mind. So you wouldn't rather live with your mom in Florida? No. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Sam, the skull was the coolest thing I found in Mexico, and it was like $3, American. I love it. Merry Christmas. Miss you. L. P.S. Treasure it always. Sam, since you refused to hear us out this afternoon, your mother and I are putting this in writing so that we are absolutely clear. You are grounded for the rest of the month from social and telephone privileges and from using your car for anything but for going to and from school. We understand what you're going through, but we cannot allow you to continue with this kind of behavior at school, and clearly, once your privileges are reinstated, we can't allow you to have your bedroom door closed while Lonnie's at the house. This is the last word on the matter. Get back on course so this won't happen again, Dad. Distributing inappropriate materials on school grounds.
I had an interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight. One you were never gonna need to have. I mean, you've known, right? I've known. I've known since, like, She-Ra. Mom and Dad didn't, I guess. But they saw the zine and the stuff on the locker, and they were like, is there something we should know about you and Lonnie? And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying, or something. But they were just in denial. You're too young to know what you want. You and Lonnie are just good friends. You just haven't met the right boy. It's a phase. That's what I didn't see coming. That they wouldn't even respect me enough to believe me. Well, joke's on them, because they're in for one very long phase.
I am somewhat lucky to have the accepting family I do. The accidental war. Don't give up on this, honey. A new printing of Father's book. Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Blair request the honor of your presence at the marriage of their daughter, Helen Margaret, to Mr. Richard Morrison Petromac. Sunday the 4th of June, 1995, at 4:30 in the afternoon, Sunset Lutheran Church, Seaside, Oregon. Wait, can I totally, like, microwave something? Nothing in the microwave. What kind of house is this? Cheese, relish, jam, some bananas. Fine. Don't microwave anything. Samantha and Danielle were in the woods one day. It was sunny and they were on a adventure. But they went to the bad part of the wood and it got dark. Danielle said, "Are you scared?" So Samantha said, "No. Are you?" Then they laughed and went more into the bad part. Then they went to a part that was never there before. And there was a ship, a pirate ship. On an ocean, Samantha said, "I'll be the captain and you'll be the first mate." Daniel said, "I'll be captain." And they went on the pirate ship and started sailing away.
Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. I started reading it, and then there I was, crying at the kitchen table. He asked what was wrong, and I was thinking about how we used to be friends, how much I'd taken for granted. But instead, I told him about school, and Dad, and Lonnie. And then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay. For some reason, I almost believed him.
Congratulations on your new position. Having received your formal acceptance letter, I'd like to congratulate you on your new position as Regional Conservation Director of the State Forestry Service. We wish you luck in your final weeks at Flintlock National Forest and very much look forward to welcoming you to your new desk on the State Forestry Office at 8 a.m. on Monday the 1st. Huh. I like that one. I shouldn't play too much music on here. I don't know which ones, if any, are copyrighted. Do Dear Mr. Greenbrier, let me say that I hope this visit finds you well. Hell, it feels like a goddamn miracle that it finds you at all. Do you know how long we've been trying to track you down? Worry not, we aren't the feds, the men in black, or any other sort of creeping fascist hobgoblins. In fact, we're on your side. Let me start from the beginning. Unknown Dimensions is what you might call a specialist publishing house. We traffic in the weird, the head of its time, the lost but not forgotten by a small but dedicated group of plugged-in bibliophiles type of out there mass market shunning visionary expression that refuses to be taken on anything but its own terms. We've had an unparalleled run since our inception 4 years ago, unearthing and reviving Christ or zombie-like timeless works such as Ian Bestman's Message of the Snake Man, It's Inside Me by Jens Keller, Emil Krieger's off-band Venetian Flesh Traders, but ever since we discovered tattered copies of your accidental series at the church rummage sale in Long Branch, New Jersey, we've been trying to track down the author of this weird and dark American outsider art. It's just a kind of forgotten portal into the 20th century of civilization anxieties and delusions that our readers lose their minds over. James Bond and Harrison Ford might be the dick-swinging heroes that modern suburban America once, but John Russell, mild-mannered insurance agent by day, a reckless history revising sociopath by night, is the twisted peacekeeper that it deserves. It is our mission to bring him back to life. Okay, so I've typed plenty. What do we want from you? We want your permission to reprint the work since your original publisher, Mercury Books, folded a decade ago. We want you to supply a new foreword to the books and appear in brand new editions of The Accidental Savior and The Accidental Pariah, to be produced by Unknown Dimensions as a limited run and marketed directly to our highly discerning customer base. And we want to offer you a portion of the proceeds, contract to follow, assuming you're interested in coming along with on us with this weird journey, Odyssey. We look forward to embarking with you and to trusting your work screaming back into the sweating palms of the unsuspecting American public. It's about time. Blast off. Sam, your mother and I will be away for a long weekend celebrating our anniversary June 3rd through 7th. We will be camping in the gorge, but we will give you a call on the way home. Sorry the kitchen's still mid-reservation. Never trust a contractor. $40 on the table to order pizza while we're gone. Be good. Home cooked magazine. Risotto, 10 ways. Easy family meals. Pizza on a weeknight? Yes. 165 recipes inside. What to do with leftovers. Sam, I wish I knew how to explain it better. The Army is this thing I grew up with. It's part of me. My dad's Army's friends are like family. I've always known it was where I'd end up. I never thought of it any other way. I wish things could be different. Maybe someday when I'm settled at a base and you're done with college and you're a famous rider and I can rebuild a tank engine with my eyes closed, things will be different. We can be together. Until then, L. From the pen of Terrence L. Greenbrier. Dear Kaz, I can't tell you what a joy it is to see John Russell back in print. Thank you so much for sending copies of the new editions and cover art. The cover art is really something. I know you've said that Unknown Dimensions isn't in the business of printing new material, but this revised interest in my work has brought on a wave of inspiration, resulting in a manuscript that completes John Russell's journey, which I think you may find intriguing. It is reflective and introspective, without forgetting the excitement and weirdness that Unknown Adventure and readers expect. I hope you might be excited. I hope this might be an exciting new direction for Unknown Dimensions to pursue. At the very least, I am grateful that John Russell's adventures didn't come to an end quite when I thought they had. It's been almost 20 years since John Russell heard the call. Twice he saved the president's life. He practically forgotten the days of the future, of danger and excitement. The days where he mattered. So when that familiar rip in time opens in front of him and his handlers peer out, he doesn't hesitate. Is the president in danger? No, the life you save this time will be your own. The accidental human. Couples Counseling Retreat, book June 3rd through June 3rd through 7th, 1999. Where we'll do it. Secret door under stairs, midnight June 5th, final preparations are complete.
We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever, and we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off, then ran up to the attic to look through our photos, to find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past, and there wouldn't be any more. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried. And she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too. I was so exhausted. I must have fallen asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up. And I was finally alone.
Going away show for Lonnie D.
Lonnie had her going away show with her band tonight. She's so incredible on stage. When she was singing, I could practically forget everything. That we only had 48 hours left. That I don't know what comes next. I can't live without her. Then she dedicated the last song to me. And I couldn't take it. I was out on the curb in the alley, sobbing till my ribs hurt. I would follow her anywhere, Katie. But I can't. Where she's going. After a long time, she found me. She said she was sorry. She said, I wish things could be different. I just wanted to make you happy. I said, I don't think you can anymore.
Hi Mom, Dad, and Sam. I've had a wonderful time on the beaches of Barcelona. Dad, Sam, I think you would like the Gaudi architecture. It is from a strange alien world. Headed to my final destination, Amsterdam. For how long? That depends. I'm running low on money. I will look for a cheap standby ticket and call you when I'm headed home. Sorry for the short notice. Can't wait to see you all again. It'll be good to be home. Love, Katie. Alright, I have one more room I need to check out, and that's the attic. If I'm correct. Alright, well, I guess I'll go downstairs then.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up.
Sorry about that. Looks like the stream disconnected temporarily, but it is back. Need to keep an eye on that. Don't know if Twitch had some issues or what.
Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
Possession and exorcism. Interacting with the supernatural and releasing unwanted spirits. Honey snaps. Alright. Let's go up to the attic. Sam, I'll always remember what we had. Stay strong, kick ass. I love you, Lonnie.
Oh my god. Katie, I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the third one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the army and being apart and all of it. And so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us." And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes.
Letters to Katie. I think I'm correct. Yeah, I've got all the base ones. There's one I wish I could find. I know there's a secret one. I don't quite remember how to get to it though. Observed Miss DeSoto wearing a t-shirt that was an unacceptable image on the front. Beer can. Miss DeSoto sent to the guidance office. Miss DeSoto was given the option to turn her shirt inside out, change into a shirt from her gym locker, or be suspended from the rest of the day. Miss DeSoto chose suspension. Her father was called, but there was no answer and no answer machine. vaguely remember there used to be a way. There used to be like a basketball somewhere. Oh, call her for me. Huh. Oh well. Let's wrap this up then. It is late, and it's been a long stream.
Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal and you think back, that you'll understand why I had to do what I did. And that you won't be sad, and you won't hate me, and you'll just know that I am where I need to be. I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again, someday. Love, Sam.
Yeah.
So I'll do it first so you won't see me. Laugh it off and I don't feel it. Hard as rocks and nails underneath. Want to go, just go, just go, just go. And I want to walk away. Yeah, want to go, just go, just go, just go, just go. And I want to walk
Sad money. So yeah, that was Gone Home. It was a lovely, lovely game. Very sweet story. Rough, understandably so. But yeah, I want to thank everybody. This has been a really long stream, but I figured I'd do something fun and special for Pride. And I wasn't sure what, but here we go. So yeah, I should be back Thursday, I hope, with something else, probably more Outer Worlds. We'll see. We'll see if I don't get struck by inspiration to play something else. And in the meantime, you can catch my VODs on Twitch and on YouTube, which you can see them down at the bottom. There's also links on my Twitch. Yeah, you can catch up on some of the videos that I've been doing. I played all of Sam and Max, the first season. Save the World. I played, what else have I played? I've forgotten what I've played. I started Outer Worlds, which was really fun. I played Pokemon Snap, the new one. So yeah, give me a watch, follow, like, whatever. But yeah. Well, with that, I'm going to wrap up here. I want to thank everyone for coming out and sticking it out with me that did. And I hope y'all have a good night and a good week. So, bye.